Okay, it's finally showtime. You now get to exhibit your film to your classmates, your parents, and your friends. Then, you review and reflect on how well you met your objectives. So get the popcorn ready. It's time to debut your movie.
The exhibition part of the screen education process is very rewarding to the students because it's the time that they get to show what they've made, not just usually to their peers, but we invite the family members, we invite other classes from the school, administration, and there is their work being shown to all of these people. And they're very excited about it because they've spent hours upon hours working on these, much more than they would normally spend on a typical book report or presentation. And they feel good about it. And for the first time, they can sit back and enjoy it. The point of showing the film in a public setting is the reward. And also to make sure the students take it seriously. We want to reward the students for what they've done, but we tell them right up front, we're going to be showing this to everybody. They spend a little bit more time on it because they want to be proud of what they've done and they want everyone else to see what they've done and go, hey, that was great.
Hello everybody, we are Cachet Productions. My name is John.
We're very proud of our movie, even though it may not be a professional movie. We worked very, very hard on it, and we're proud that it looks real and that it was a nice outcome.
Our film is about the vaccination of smallpox made by Edward Jenner, and I hope you guys like it.
After the young James recovered from the cowpox virus, Jenner hypothesized that he would now be immune to the smallpox virus. He dangerously went forward with exposing him to the virus, in this endangering the young boy's life as well as his own career.
Doctor!
I'm really proud of our team. We did a lot of work on it. We stayed after school a lot of days. We spent a lot of hours on this, and I'm happy with the final product. I think it really paid off doing all this hard work. Our job was to make an adaptation of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and we decided to do a modern version of it, so here's our adaptation. Thank you.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm sorry that I never got to hug you goodbye, but there was no way. I had to leave tonight because you told me that I couldn't be with Robert. I love him, and the only way to be with him was if our parents were not in the way of things. We don't know where we are going, but we couldn't stay here any longer. I will miss you and think about both of you every day, and just know that I am safe. I took clothes and he has money, so we will be fine. I love both of you and hope you and his family stop fighting. I don't know if we are ever coming back, but I will keep writing to you and know that you still love me. Love, Isabel.
It was fun to present it. It was like, oh, I'm so proud of my film. We did everything, and then it's like, wait, that's me up on stage. A big, huge screen, and my face is plastered up there. So at one point, I was laughing with Brenda because we were sitting next to each other. We're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we did all this.
Our job was to create a film based on a historical event, and we chose the beginning of World War I. So we hope you enjoy our film.
Great Britain has just declared war upon Germany for their actions against Belgium. This war keeps growing and growing. Who will be involved next?
This is no longer just a petty war between Austria-Hungary and Serbia. I hate to say it, but it looks as though this is the beginning of a world war.
The war continued to grow and become more complex after Great Britain joined. This war, which seemed to be triggered by an insignificant event, became so large that eventually government and soldiers alike could no longer remember what they were fighting for.
Another way you exhibit your film is over the internet. AFI Screen Education provides schools with the opportunity to interact with a global audience, to share student films and teachers' experiences. Visit afi.edu for even more filmmaking tips, resources, and details on joining this exciting community. After you've shown your films, your next challenge is to write a review of each group's project. Take a position and defend it. This is your chance to tell your classmates how successful they were with their films. But you must support your opinion with examples. This isn't a plot summary, it's a critical review of a film.
At the end of the process, I go back to the original standard and the parameters that were set up before the pitch and look at them when the film's being shown. Did they meet it? Did they meet the standard? And most of the time the answer is, oh yeah, this has definitely met it and far exceeded what was the expectation usually. Now that we finished watching the films, it's your turn to write a film review. Now remember,
as you write your review, analyze what you saw and heard. Here are some basic questions to ask yourself. Is the story original? How fresh or innovative is it? Are the characters believable? Are the actors appropriately cast? Is the theme understandable? Is the setting, locale appropriate and effective? Is the cinematography effective? That is, does the film make good use of color, texture, camera angles, and lighting to enhance the theme, mood, and setting? Is the soundtrack effective? Is the music appropriate and functional? Do special effects serve a function? And does the film make effective use of symbols or symbolism? As you share the reviews, decide if they are positive or negative. What kind of words does the reviewer use to express an opinion? What examples does the reviewer cite from the film to support the review? Does the reviewer give away important plot twists or surprises? Do you agree with the reviewer? Why or why not? Don't forget, this is a constructive review, so even negative comments should be aimed at improving the movies.
So we're really anxious to hear what you have to say about our film. Yeah?
So this is Romeo and Juliet, but nobody died at the end. Why did you choose to adapt it in this way?
Since we adapted it to the modern times, it's not as common for people to die or kill themselves because they're heartbroken as much as it was in the Shakespearean time. And that's basically why we kept the two characters alive.
I noticed you guys filmed a lot at night. Was that challenging at all?
It was at some times, but we used lighting so that you can still see the characters, but we still had the night effect.
And I also noticed Romeo and Juliet drove away at the end, but need to have their licenses.
Well, we use an adult, which is one of the benefits of shooting it at night, where you can see them driving off, but you can't really see into the car to make it look more realistic.
I'm really impressed with that. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
So your film is complete. What did you learn about the subject at the heart of your movie? About filmmaking, about your classmates, and about yourself? Take a minute to reflect and think about what you accomplished.
You learn a completely different way of learning. You know that it doesn't just have to be student to teacher. You can learn from your peers, you can learn from other people, your teachers can learn from you, and people tell you that all the time, but you don't really realize it until you're put into a situation where you get to experience it.
It's a good opportunity for students to get to learn how to use the technology and how to learn use the camera and the different shots.
It makes it so that you know that in all projects, these are the steps that you have to go through, that you have to be ready and you have to work with others, and it's a really good for group skills. And that you know that in life, there's sometimes when you have to compromise.
I recommend the Screen Ed process to another student, especially because it helps you manage time in school. It helps you learn how to work in a group, and that helps you a lot later on in life.
It helped me because now I can judge time, I can judge the time better, as in start studying for a test earlier, or if I know I'm busy one night, do the homework for that night the night before.
I would recommend it because you learn so much more that you don't realize you're learning, and it just helps you in ways that you would not realize.
Recommending the Screen Ed process, I'd say 100%. Only because what I've learned here, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I don't know if I could learn it anywhere else.
Being able to watch a movie is easy. Being able to make one, that's a different story. And it's a story you're now able to tell. You now understand how to research, plan, script, storyboard, film, and edit a project. But just as important, you're better prepared to take the new skills you've learned and apply them in the future. I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the American Film Institute's K-12 screen education process. I'm Sean Astin. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your films.